And it says we're live. How's it going tonight, everybody? Ah, get this mic up here, see if we can get some good audio. So, tonight's topic, grab life by the balls and take charge. So, seizing opportunities. A lot of people like to say, I'm waiting for my ship to come in. Well, the problem if you're waiting for your ship to come in in case you hadn't noticed, generally speaking, at the docks, ships don't come in. It's the little tiny canoes. The ships, they're out in the sea. So sometimes in life, you're going to see an opportunity and it's going to be out there. And you're going to think to yourself, I'm waiting for my ship to come in. Why can't that be your ship? Jump in the water, take a swim, and go take it. Go seize the opportunity. You want real opportunities, you really want to get ahead in life, you've got to take them. And a lot of times they're not going to come knocking at your door. Oh, here it is. Windfall just landed in your lap. Usually the people who are successful see an opportunity and they decide, I want that. I deserve that. I'm going to go take it. And they do. Meanwhile, you're sitting there going, sure would like my ship to come in. This guy's did. No, he swam out and he caught it. So get off your ass and go and do it. So what exactly am I talking about? What does that look like? Well, and what are opportunities? How do we figure this out and go from there? What's this? Oh, did I forget to turn my mic on or something silly? No. Anyhow. So what do these opportunities look like, and what should you do? Like anything, are you looking for a chance to get ahead in your career, business? Maybe it's a girl, whatever it is. Guess what? Shoot your shot, because if you don't, somebody else is going to. She's going to take her home. He's going to take that position. That guy's going to start that business. And these guys are all going to walk away with the thing you were too scared to go and get, because you weren't man enough to let your balls drop and go grab them by the balls and take it. So some examples of this. Like I've said many times, I'm part of a networking community. Yesterday, one of the guys said he had a cancellation for his podcast and wanted to know if anybody would fill in. I'm new at this, trying to learn, always looking for an opportunity to get some experience, to figure some things out, get some tips. When I saw that, I could have went, oh boy, I wish he'd really invite me. I mean, everybody knows that I'm doing this thing in this group, but nobody ever invites me to anything. No. As soon as I saw it, I'm instantly like, hey, I want that opportunity. And I reached out immediately. I'd love to come on. I'm not a particular expert in the subject that you were going on, but I can babble about other things, and there's some stuff I have done in my life. And he said, great, you've done a career shift. That's a neat topic. Let's talk about that. So we lined it up and we did it. I had to shuffle my schedule around to make things work. So I recorded that earlier today. So it's my friend Henry Bingaman. The podcast is called Practical Liberty, and it's going to be released on Friday on all places you get podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Rumble, usually comes to YouTube last. And we talked about a few things on the podcast that aren't necessarily YouTube friendly. So those will be edited out for YouTube, and they'll be in like Rumble and the places like that. So depending what you want, think about what you want, seize the opportunity, go look it up, find the real stuff, find the real meat and potatoes of the podcast. If you want the overview, the less stuff, I do mine live. Henry records his and edits so that he can make things fit where he wants. I learned something today. That's something I haven't done. Part of the reason why I'm probably not monetized and growing very much, because I'm not scared to upset the algorithms and use some language, because I'm not monetized. So what are they going to do? Hurt me? Well, they're probably suppressing me because of that. So seizing the opportunity going forward, I'm going to have to maybe clean up my language and think a little bit more when I do that. So that's an example. I saw the opportunity. I took it. With that, there are several guys in the community that posted afterwards, said that they would like to. I'm now going to ask these guys, hey, would you like to come on to mine? Give me a chance to practice my interviewing skills. Talk to some people that I've already got a relationship with. maybe build my audience, build my community, get a little more notification. Who knows where it'll go? It's an opportunity. I saw it. I'm going to seize it. I'm going to go take it. Another one, ideas, whatever it is in life. I did the same thing in business back when I was just sort of, I wasn't beginning, but I was in trucking, but I hadn't gotten up to a specialized successful level. I wanted to do it. At the time, there wasn't necessarily a ton of options, but I knew where there was a piece of equipment that was very good that was for sale. And I decided to take the chance. And sometimes that's what seizing opportunity is. It's risking failure. It's risking falling on your ass, the things I talk about all the time. So I went out and bought something that I hadn't operated before with the confidence of knowing I could operate it and knew how it worked. And I knew I could do it. I went and seized the opportunity. There was some learning. Had to figure some things out. And I did. And I did well at it because I was eager to learn. I was going to take that opportunity and not let it go. I grabbed hold of that sucker and I was not going to let it go. I did the same thing when it came time to level up to the next trader, and then again to the next trader, and got bigger and bigger with the stuff that I did. And by the end, I was doing things that vast majority of the industry never even dream of doing, don't have a clue how to do it. Guys who've been in the business longer than I have never even considered doing the things that I did. Why? Because when I saw an opportunity, I didn't go, gee, I wish that would come to me. I went and took it. To buy my first big trailer, I had to refinance my house. I put my house on the line for it. Took a chance because I believed in myself and I knew that I would work hard enough to do it. And sometimes taking a chance, taking these giant steps for these opportunities, that's when you're going to push yourself to get there. Because if you wait and sit back in comfort, there's not really any fire under your butt to get you moving, is there? You go out and take an opportunity that is a little outside your comfort zone, you're going to do what you got to do to make sure it succeeds. You're going to learn fast. And if you have any ambition, you're probably going to become very good at it. So when you see them, literally go grab hold. Like, don't wait for it to go by. And sometimes they're going to go by fast. Be prepared to run. Go catch that sucker. Like, opportunities, the good opportunities are rare. The good opportunities are not easy, and they're not going to land in your lap. They're going to involve effort. It's going to involve work, sweat, and literally making yourself uncomfortable. The more uncomfortable you are, the bigger the opportunity you seize, the harder you'll work at it to make it succeed. And when you do, the greater the success. So all wraps up to nothing but win. So, and these are with everything, business, career. You're working a job. You see somebody who's, you're thinking, well, I'm not an entrepreneur. I don't want to own a business. That's too much headache. Okay. You'll get there later in life, maybe, if you're a young guy. Maybe you won't. But if you see an opportunity, you see somebody at work who's slacking off and not doing their job or whatever, don't be scared to step up and do it. Seize that opportunity. Go and take it. If somebody's going to drop the ball continuously, be there. Pick up the fumble. Go score the touchdown. Why not? Or you can sit back and wait. It'll never come to you. You'll stand there on the field and watch the game go on around you and accomplish nothing. If you want to do that, go ahead, but you're going to get left behind. You're not going to be happy. So don't be scared to go and take an opportunity when it comes along. Some other stuff. Well, today. So like I said, I started a new business and I'm working on it. And I had an opportunity today. I've been working on some stuff I said last week, work on with networking to make sure you're building your various networks. And in one of my networks, I had somebody send me a contact and I linked up with a guy that is quite good at LinkedIn. And so he sent me an entire video series of tips and tricks and some things to do. And so I took that, improved my LinkedIn profile, took some of the tips that he did and put them into action. And literally days later, here's what happened. So Let me grab it here. Last year, I had a friend give me a book, The Science of Success by Jason Krause. Good book. The guy's a business coach, leader coach. He teaches business owners and management people to be better leaders. Not entirely sure how my friend got this book. Truth be told, the friend was a girl I was dating at the time. Not sure how she got it because it was brand new. Cover had never been opened. But meanwhile, there's a bunch of stuff underlined by hand. There's some handwritten notes in here. She's also in the fitness space. Well, Jason Krause is a former Canadian Olympic bobsledder. And he uses athletic competitive spirit to help people become better leaders. So, and she's in the athletic space. She's an athlete. So I'm thinking somewhere along the way, she's met him or she knew him and he gave this to her and she gave it to me. So what are the odds that I was given this last year and I had an interaction with him today? I saw an opportunity. I attended a webinar. I'd been following these people on LinkedIn. So today, when I attended the webinar, I commented on a post. And in the webinar, at the end, they asked questions. What are your questions? And the whole thing is about leadership and trying to get people to level up and take better steps of leadership, which I always am working on. I always want to be a better leader. So I took this opportunity, saw this and went, you offered a free webinar with some free training. Let me offer you a free consultation with some opportunities I can see that will level up your business. I can see some, with what I offer is SEO services. I see some opportunities that you guys are not taking advantage of. There's a huge potential for growth that you have here. I took the chance. So I'd like to offer that. They reached out and asked me to submit some information, to send them an email and give them more information. That's called taking an opportunity, seizing it. I saw an opportunity and I didn't hesitate. They asked a question. They didn't ask for this. I did. I saw that opportunity and went, why not me? Why not me? So I sent a proposal off to these guys. So we'll see where it goes. Nothing is booked or anything yet, but that is what you call seizing an opportunity. How many opportunities are you going to have to come along like that, where all this guy deals with is businesses, business managers? Think about the potential leads that's going to give me. That is a golden opportunity. This to me is a dream client. And that's an opportunity that was literally so far out there. It was the proverbial ship off the dock. If I was waiting for my ship to come in, it's probably going to be a dinghy that's got holes in it. It's going to sink in the water as soon as I get in the damn thing. I jumped over that dinghy, got in the water, and swam my ass out there, and I got on that boat. I went and took that opportunity. That ship didn't come in. I went and took it. Don't be scared to literally let your balls drop and go seize an opportunity. That's what life is about. That's how you succeed. If you're going to sit around and wait for it, it's going to be a long time coming. So, not sure if I've even got anybody paying attention tonight. Where's the comments? There we go. I'll drop the join link. I don't know if anybody wants to join in and talk about this or discuss opportunities or, ask yourself some questions or ask me some questions. What's it like to literally risk it all? And there's been several times that I've done that in my life, risked it all. Like I said, financed my house to take the next step up in business, and it paid off. Could have flopped, absolutely. But that's an incentive that will drive you forward. Imagine that. I had my house at risk. You think I'm going to sit around and be lazy and go, oh yeah, well, I borrowed the money and I bought this thing, but hopefully something comes my way. I got that trailer. It was every single day. Got any work? Can I do something? What do you got? What can I do? I went and looked for opportunities and chased them down because I was not going to, even though I put that at risk, I was not going to lose it. So that was the opportunity to then go bang on the doors to say, hey, I've got it. I've proven I can do this. Now let me move this for you and prove that I can do it. And when I did it again, and I did it again, and I did it bigger, and I did it bigger all of the time. And it'll take you places. Opportunities, generally speaking, are moving by, it's the ship offshore. They're moving by at 50 miles an hour. If you're going to sit around, you're going to miss it. You got to get off your ass and you got to get moving. And in order to be able to catch these opportunities, you're not going to be able to, oh, there it is, and get going. You need to be in motion already. It's the basic physics. An object at rest will stay at rest. An object in motion will stay in motion. So if you are already doing the right things, you'll start to see these opportunities more and more, and you'll realize they're not moving quite so fast. Why? Because you're moving. You're not standing still anymore. Opportunities come to those who can catch them. And those that are sitting around waiting are going to sit around and get exactly what they deserve. So, there's definitely some risk involved. But as a young man, as a man in general, sometimes you have to take risks to get reward. It's the old adage, no risk, no reward. So you want reward, you're going to have to take some risk. You're going to have to put yourself out there. You're going to have to get told no. In my new business, I make a lot of cold calls. I get told no a lot. I get told where to go. All kinds of things. And literally it's, why are you bothering me on my phone? Don't call me again. Click, blah, 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 click. Okay, cool. Next number, next person. Like, brush it off. It's going to happen. But you're never going to get an opportunity if you aren't prepared to go and take one. And that's in life and in sales and all of that. That's what it is opportunities. You'll never get every single opportunity. You're going to miss more than you catch. But if you don't try, you're never going to catch. So make sure that you're in motion so you can try harder. And you'll catch bigger opportunities and you'll get bigger rewards. But it requires work. So, if you want to go sit in the bar and hang out with the buddies and do nothing, you're going to miss a lot of opportunities. You want to put in the extra work, go do your job. If you don't have a business yet, come home at night, study, learn, start a side hustle, do something. These opportunities will come along. But they're not going to come along when you're sitting in the bar. They're going to come along from that work. When you're there doing that work, that is putting yourself in motion. That is putting yourself in a position that you will discover those opportunities that those other guys won't, because they're too busy doing nothing. If you don't want to take a risk, you're probably not going to succeed. If you're scared to fail, you are definitely not going to succeed. Success is built on failure. I got told no by about 35, 40 people this week. Imagine that. I got told no by 35, 40 people, didn't stop, and I went and took an opportunity with somebody who is quote unquote out of my league. They're not out of my league. I can handle this account. I can do this. I looked at what they've got going on. I know what I can do, and I know I can make a difference. So for me, they're a big client, but it's not out of my league. And I got that opportunity because I was in motion. If I was sitting around, wouldn't have happened. I would have never come across it had I not had the balls to go and chase it. So, and with this, a big part of taking advantage of opportunities is, like I said last week, networking, having connections. Most people will never succeed entirely on their own. So the whole thing comes back to last week's talk of networks and connection. Last week, I talked about having a network, having multiple networks, having people in it, and being active, having conversations. I'm looking for this. I'm trying to find this. I need some customers. And my friend hooked me up with another guy that he had met. This is a completely unrelated connection. So this guy has an opportunity. He knows how to do some marketing on LinkedIn. I think there's a good business opportunity for you there. I think there's good advertising, good networking. You need to talk with him, and you need to figure this stuff out and get that going for you. He put the two of us together. We had a conversation. We had a great conversation. He gave me a lot of value and a lot of tips. I owe this man a thank you. I'm trying to get him on as a guest on the show so he can help you guys, because I've already seen the difference in a week. Imagine what it's going to be 3 months from now. So, I want all of you guys to have this opportunity to have a chance to level up and to grow. And if I can get him on, I'm definitely going to take advantage of that. So, but that was the whole levering of the connections. He told me how that you, as a small person with hardly any connections, get the attention of somebody with a lot of followers and a lot of connections. And this is what we found out. This works. So do it. It would have taken me years to figure this out. I figured it out in a couple of days because I had a meeting and he gave me some videos to watch and some training to learn. And I put the effort in and did it. Seized the opportunity, followed his advice, and look at that. It worked. But I was in motion and I leveraged those connections. With that, I've had another introduction. I've got a meeting next Tuesday with somebody else, completely unrelated. She's now in a business that I used to be part of. She's involved in transportation and she has a lot of really good connections. She wants some of my connections from transportation, and she's going to introduce me to some of her connections who need my services. It's a synergy. And because of a connection of another connection, she wants to work with me over somebody else. That's the whole networking thing and leveraging your connections. Once again, it's seizing an opportunity. She's seizing the opportunity to meet with me, have access to my network. I'm seizing the opportunity to connect with her and have access to her network. We're all going to grow because of this. You don't seize those opportunities, you'll never have them. You'll just sit out there and go, gee, I kind of wish I could be a part of that. It was like I talked about as well last week. My friend Travis was just down at the Tony Robbins business event in Florida. He took advantage of that opportunity. It was outside of his comfort zone. It was a financial risk. It was a big investment. But he looked at it as, this is an opportunity I can't afford to miss. It's too good, even though I probably can't afford to do it. He's already made that money back and then some, because he took that opportunity and he went down there. It put people in front of him, that require his business's services. He's already booked out stuff for it. That's called seizing an opportunity. While he was there, he saw another opportunity that's an even higher level step up. So he set himself a goal, a big goal. And by God, I hope he makes it. I'm cheering for him. I sure hope he does. If he makes that goal, he's going to invest in and take that next step. And man, I am nothing but looking forward to hearing his success and watching it, because I'm coming along right behind him. He's going to another event, and I asked him if I can join him on that one. Seize the opportunity. I'm like, hey, you're going in November. Can I come along? Like, this is working for you. I can see the benefit in this. I want to be a part of that. Seize an opportunity. Don't be scared to ask. When you're out there and doing the work and you're in motion and you're doing things, like I've said many times before, people who are successful want to help people who are trying and working because it makes them feel good. We don't care about somebody who's sitting around doing nothing, waiting for my ship to come in. I help people all the time. I don't help people who are sitting around doing nothing. I help people who are trying, who are taking a chance, who are taking a risk. I will help those people as much as I possibly can because I want to see them succeed, because I know what it's like to be at that entry level. I'm still at it. Again, 50 years old, starting a second friggin' career. I'm back at entry level. Went from 30 years experience being literally the top of the food chain to I'm a newbie. I'm a nobody. I'm starting all over again. However, I'm not starting over because I have all of that experience behind me. So I'm starting at a much faster pace. I'm going to grow that much faster. But likewise, I know what it's like to be those young guys. I think I've actually got one on the line calling in here. He is trying to seize an opportunity. I give this guy as much advice as I possibly can. Anytime he's got a question, I got an answer for him. If I don't, I'll try and put him in touch with somebody that I know to get him the answer that he's looking for. That's called leveraging those connections, seizing opportunities. He's in motion. He never, ever stops. He's constantly going. Proud of him. In all reality, most opportunities, like I said, you're going to swing at, you're going to miss. But if you don't swing, you're never going to hit. Wayne Gretzky used to say, "You never score on 100% of the shots you don't take. If you don't take a shot, you're never going to score." That's what he said. Summed up. So you got to take a shot. Gretzky scored the all-time most goals in the NHL, 800 and some. I can't remember the number off the top of my head. I used to know it. Anyhow, he didn't score on every single shot, but he scored 800 and some times because he kept chasing opportunities. Every time he saw one, he took a shot. And that's why he was as successful as he was. So, who are you going to be? The minor leaguer who never even gets to the minor leagues because you're scared to take a shot? Or are you going to go out there and you're going to try your ass off? Because there were guys on the ice who couldn't score as well as Gretzky. He put the puck on their stick and they put it in the net and they scored. Helped the guys out. Yes, they're on his team. That's kind of the point of a team sport, which is exactly what your networks and your connections are. It's a team sport. Not one single business in existence solves every problem there is. Think about that. There is not one single business on this entire planet that does not have somebody that they hire to do something that they're not good at or that they don't do. That's always an opportunity for you. It's an opportunity for somebody else. Doesn't matter what it is. They hire people to do things for them, no matter what the business. Trying to think something off the top of my head, like, a car company, Ford, GM, Chrysler. These guys all assemble cars. They all have people make the parts for them. Why? Because they're better and more efficient at making those parts than they are. So they order the parts from these third-party suppliers and they put it all together because it's more efficient. And when the plant needs service work, they hire people to come in and do that. Why? Because it's more efficient to hire somebody to come in and do that than it is to have people on staff. All of these are opportunities. You get where I'm going with this? Every single company, every single business out there has to hire somebody to help them succeed and grow in their business, which means there's opportunity for everybody. So you can be a little guy and deal with a big guy. So, or you can stay tiny, itty bitty, and do nothing. You can have yourself an entire 100% of the whole pie, but it's so damn small, there's nothing there worth having. Or you can have 1% of a friggin' giant pie. Trust me, it's a lot more pie. You want to do that. Take advantage of those opportunities. So, let's see, I've got some callers here. I'm going to bring some guys in. See what I got. Mr. Ronnie, how are you, sir?
Hello, sir. I'm doing very fine myself. How are you today?
Excellent. Excellent. What do you got
Yeah.
tonight?
So I just want to tell everyone who's watching, who's gonna watch, and whoever is seeking opportunity, there's always risk involved. But just try to balance out the opportunity that you are going to have versus the loss that you are going to take if that thing doesn't work out, right? So as a young guy, what do I have to lose? Nothing. What do I have to gain? Probably everything in the world. If I lose everything that I have today, I'll be back on my feet in 3 months, 4 months max. So I know this rule does just not only just applies to me. Just try to balance out the rule. Try to balance out the losses with the opportunities. And second thing is that you gotta have a little bit of money to take the risk, because whenever opportunity comes, you should have the money to be like, okay, if this doesn't work out, at least I have this much to try to cut out the losses and everything. So just want to say that to everyone. And whenever you see an opportunity, try to break it down. Like, what is this thing going to do for me? I know
Yes.
there is always something that you that is out of the blue. You cannot you cannot put that into an equation, but try to break it down and take calculated risks. It shouldn't be like just jump into everything, just jump into water and try to swim. No, that shouldn't work out.
Yeah, yeah.
Try,
Make sure you can swim out to it, but
yeah.
don't be scared to push
First, yeah. First, try to jump into a 4 feet pool and try to swim in that. That's why even in the swimming pool it says go there at your own risk. If you don't know how to swim, just don't go there. Try to take calculated risk, and everyone can be successful. And there is no doubt about it. I came
Absolutely.
to Canada. I came to Canada with how do I say it? Like I had the money the first time I came here, and then I went back to India, spent all the money that I had, came back here with $20 again. I had $20 in my pocket. So what did I do? I had two options. Either I could go out to McDonald's and have something for $20, or either I could put that $20 as a fuel in my car and go look for a job. And I think so. You all know what I did. Yeah, I was broke, so I had to make the rent as well. So I put $20 in my car and then look out for a job. Got the job, a pizza delivery job. Why? And there's a reason for that as well. I make tips every day in cash. So there's that. I had a at least a income of flow of money that I could at least save up every day. So
There
I
you go.
did that. Just it's not like go and drop your resume off in a coal mine on which you are gonna get paid like once a month. Don't do that. Just try to analyze everything. Just try to break it down and think before you take any kind of action, and just dive into it.
Absolutely.
So
Cool. Thanks,
work
Ronnie.
work ethic work ethic should be on top. Just go for it.
Thanks, Ronnie.
That's also it. You have a good one, sir.
You too. Take care.
Bye.
Bye. Ronnie is one of those young guys I talk about that seizes opportunities. Um, and I give him advice at every chance I get and point him to people if I can't give him any. Uh, and he seizes those opportunities and leverages them. Definitely. He's going to go far. He's young and he's starting. He's ambitious. He's fun. He's fun to be around, fun to talk to. That's one of those examples that I talk about. He's right. Be smart about the risk you take. Don't jump in to swim out to the ship that's 3 miles offshore when you can only swim half a mile. Make sure that you can get there. Part of that is being in motion. When you are actively pursuing things, you'll learn what you can, what is in reach and what is not. It will become obvious. And sometimes there will be things that are just on the verge of reach. And you'll realize that it'll take a little bit of work, but you can get there. That's the thing he was talking about. $20 in his pocket, put gas in his car, or go to McDonald's, have something to eat. He put gas in his car and went and found a job, went to work, and turned that $20 into something. He's since taken that and started a business, and he's taken that business and he's growing that into something. So that is seizing opportunity, going out and getting it, and not being scared to chase it. Calculate it. Don't chase an opportunity that there's no way you can get. On the flip side, if you can chase that opportunity, but it's not going to knock you out in the process, try for it. Why not? Or in a case like Ronnie, he's young, like he said, he could lose everything today, and in 3 months he'd be back where he is. So all of a sudden, you can take a pretty big risk at that point. You can literally seize those opportunities that are a little too far out there, and you can go get them, which he's doing, and which is why he's being successful, and he will continue to be successful, and we will continue to help him and make sure that he does. So once again, it's those things. The guy busts his ass. He never, ever stops working. I can't do nothing but want to see that guy succeed. So any opportunity I can give to help him, I do. Anything I can, any tips, any advice, anything I've got, I give him stuff all the time. And we love it. We love hearing his wins. It makes us all laugh. He has no idea how much fun he is for the rest of us getting along. So anyhow, got another guy here, another young guy.
Hey, Bentley,
How's it going, Mr. Dom?
Pretty good.
Good.
Yeah, I don't really got too much, but I'm just one of those other guys who want to talk about seizing opportunities and whatnot. Well, go leave your job and try and start up a startup business. It's exactly what I'm doing. It's like, and one thing I kind of thought about was it didn't matter what like 9 to 5 I was working at. It was always looking at how can I help them, like especially with the 3D printing stuff I got going on. It was more how can I take my skill and apply it to their industry. And I've worked in a few different industries, and it was interesting seeing how I could apply that there. Really never went through with anything, but still was always thinking of ideas. It didn't matter what situation I was in. It was always, how can I take advantage of this and move forward with it?
Excellent. Seizing opportunities.
Yes, and it's going to be very interesting because taking a lot of risk, leaving your job and trying to start your own thing from nothing. But it's at the end of the day, it's I'm using my own ideas, and if I can be successful at it, then I know sky's the limit. So I will be that much more happy with my life.
Yeah. We have a comment here from somebody else in the group.
Oh yeah, it's coming.
Those that are on the inside know what this is.
Yes.
So, yes, once again, seize that opportunity, buddy. Like literally grab that one by the balls and run with it, because I want to see you do that.
Of course.
Absolutely.
It's getting there.
Excellent.
Just one step at a time.
Good deal. Right on. Anything else, Dom?
Nope, that'd be it.
Cool, man. Thanks for popping in. I really appreciate it.
For sure. Take care.
All right. Wow. How about this for a guest? Check it out. So we've got Henry coming on. Mr. Right. Henry, how are you today?
What's going on, my man?
Not too much. Just doing my little show here. So,
right, folks, I've never used StreamYard before. This is trying to figure out exactly where I'm looking.
Can you pause your YouTube? I think that's probably giving us the feedback.
What is going on with this thing? Trying to figure out exactly where I'm looking.
Pause your YouTube? Pausing YouTube helps.
Yeah, then I got no audio on the StreamYard.
Got no audio on StreamYard? Oh, that's strange.
Hold on. Audio. Uh-oh.
Nothing there.
Sorry, bro.
I hear you. I can hear you.
You can hear me? I just can't hear anything you're saying. What is going on with this thing?
Let me give you an intro. So, folks, this is Henry Bingaman. This is a guy whose show was on earlier today that I grabbed that opportunity and seized it and went on. So his show is Practical Liberty. This podcast. It's going to come out on Friday, the episode that I was on, and I really appreciate the opportunity. And he's repaying the favor and popping with me. So go ahead, Henry.
I'm sorry. I think my studio's jacked up. Let me try and call back in.
Okay. The fun of technology. So we did his on Zoom. So he's not. That would be cool. He's not familiar with this one. So yeah, if you do call in, folks, and you join in and you come into studio or come into StreamYard, there's you can pause YouTube or mute it, and you come in and you turn the audio on when you're in the back of StreamYard, and then that cuts out the secondary and the back feed of the audio and helps clean that sort of stuff up. So, but yeah, Henry's show is he's libertarian leaning. I like it. I listen to Henry in the background quite often. He has a video component, but he's also audio. So depending which one it is, some have video, some don't. But he talks about life and perspective from a libertarian point of view. I live my life by what I consider the three greatest words in the English language, which is I don't care. And he lives his life by his three greatest words, which are leave me alone. And they basically fall into the same thing. Neither one of us really cares what you do or how you do it or how you choose to live your life. Feel free, go ahead. The thing we want in return is leave us alone and let us live ours the way we choose to live ours. And I think everybody gets along a lot better if we go that way. So, can the necessary character traits be learned in my 30s? I've never been assertive, responsible, or risk-taking person. I see successful people and how I am lacking as a man. Call in. The join link is in the chat. Let me drop it again, just in case it's not, or it's too far up. Yes, it's in the chat. The join link is in the chat. Click on that and call in. We'll have a talk. I'm serious. We'll have a conversation. I don't care if we're here for the next 45 minutes talking about it. Taking risks, like, can the character traits be learned in your 30s? Yeah, I'm 50 and still learning. That's part of what this is sharing with my group, my community, my network. Is there's a lot of young guys in it, like Dom and Ronnie that called in. These guys are both in my networking community, and we chat all the time. And they're trying to learn. I'm still learning. The best thing to do is to surround yourself with these people, and they're going to help you. You know, if you're willing to try. There's nothing stopping you from learning these in your 40s, 50s, hell, even your 60s. Yeah, Chris Amy's right. Hop on in. Like, don't be scared. This is an open conversation. It's not like I got a massive viewership. You're not really embarrassing yourself. There's not a lot of us. I'm still small and starting out. This is fun and games and learning. And, you know, you see successful people and how lacking you are as a man. Well, that's the first step, recognizing it and knowing that, you know what, I'm here today and I want to level up and I want to be one of those people. Well, it's simple. If you keep hanging around with people who don't do anything, you're not going to get anywhere. In order to move up in life, you have to hang around people who are successful, associate with them, and you'll, by osmosis, you'll pick up traits, you'll pick things up, and you'll learn from that and move on. So yeah, Chris is right. Let me throw that up there. His dad is still learning stuff and he's 73. You know, like, if you're not learning, you're not living, really, in all reality. So anyhow, Henry's back. We're going to give him a try again here. Let's see one more time.
Hey, brother, can you hear me this time?
I hear you this time.
I hear you. That's beautiful.
Excellent.
So I'm kind of a privacy freak. So I'm using the Brave browser and I have all my settings on the most secure. So I just had to boot up the Firefox and try again. And now it's working.
Okay. Well, we'll run to the mountains if anybody comes looking for us.
I'm already in the mountains, brother.
So am I, just about, anyway. Excellent.
Yeah, so I just wanted to pop in. I really appreciated you coming on. I thought we had a great conversation today. And you told me you're doing the stream, so I popped on. And man, you're so right about grabbing life by the balls. You just got to do it. There's no waiting around. Nobody else is going to hand you success in life. You got to go for it.
Absolutely. That's brilliant. Nobody's going to hand you success. You got to go take it. And it involves fear, doesn't it?
Oh yeah. I started a copywriting business at 22. All right. I got a degree in fiction writing from the University of Pittsburgh. And I became a flight attendant for a year because I had no idea what else to do. And kind of like you with the trucking, I just wanted to travel. But I was living in DC making $20,000 a year. And I was like, man, these people are paying for first class seats. That's my yearly salary. Like, what am I doing here? So I was like, yeah, all right, I can start part-time freelancing. And I really quickly came up to like, well, I could stay home and write this email for $500, or I could get paid for this 3-day trip for $500. And, you know, it was scary. I gave up insurance. I gave up a lot of like stability and security. But I had to do it. I couldn't live with myself, I think, if I didn't know if I could make it. So I think that level of fear goes both ways. It's the fear of the status quo versus the fear of failing. And the fear of the status quo for me at that time was bigger than the fear of failing.
Absolutely. So what message would you have? Like, I mostly talk to younger guys. What message would you have for younger guys who are scared to take a chance like that? Like, you know, if you could go back and talk to yourself at 20 years old, how much sooner would you have done this? I
mean, so I would have not gone to college. If I could go back and talk to I started college at 17, 18, I guess I was 18. Yeah, it just wasn't worth it. I would have found apprenticeships. I would have found people that could mentor me. All of my biggest successes in life, in business and copywriting and entrepreneurship have been from mentors directly showing me the path. So I would say, look, man, especially if you're young, you have nothing to lose. It's so easy to rebuild. Most people won't start their life till they're 30. So if you start out a career when you're 20, 25, 30 even, like you're ahead of where most people are. Most people are still trying to figure this out. So just go out there and do it, man. There's nothing to lose. I mean, there are things to lose, but they're not things you want anyway. You're going to lose that corporate slavery job. Like, do you really care? Like, what if you're forced to become an entrepreneur? What if you're forced to keep reinventing yourself until you succeed? when you're 50, you're still going to be better off.
The things you learn about yourself by doing it too. You realize that you're capable of so much more than you ever imagined.
You learn what you're capable of and what you're not. You learn where to lean in. It's actually as good to learn your weaknesses as your strength. I'm a terrible manager. I've tried to manage. I had a team of 10 people at one point. Well, a little less than that, but and I sucked at managing them. So I had to learn that I needed to outsource that management stuff and just focus on the skills and mentoring and what I'm good at, selling.
Yeah.
So, but that's a weakness of mine, but it's also a strength once you know it. You know where to outsource. So go out there and learn who you are and go make some money, man. Go make a dent in the universe.
Excellent. Definitely. Go make a dent in the universe. Give it a crack. And don't be scared to take a chance. Yeah,
for sure. Honestly, weigh what you have right now versus what you think you're going to lose. I think there was a Tim Ferriss episode where he called it like fear casting or something like that. Mm-hmm. What are you actually scared of? What's the worst thing that can happen if you take this chance and it doesn't work out? You probably still learn something along the way. You're probably still in some way better off than you were.
Absolutely. Now, what about from the other side of it? Let's go this way. Like most people, they're scared of taking a chance. They're scared of failing because they're worried that everybody is watching them. When you put that aside and you go and you take a chance and it doesn't work out and you fail, we both know that not everybody is watching. But as somebody who is successful, when you see somebody who is willing to take a chance and go and try, and they stumble and they fall, they skin their knee and they get back up, dust themselves off, what does that make you want to do?
I mean, I've never wanted to mentor anybody that didn't have bruises in their life.
There you go, folks. Go out and skin your knee. Fall down.
I don't know how tough you are until I know what you do with failure.
Absolutely.
And you don't know how tough you are until you deal with failure.
100%.
We all fail our way up.
Absolutely.
So I was 25 years old the first time I made $100,000. And yeah, it was pretty good. I got pretty good at copywriting pretty fast. And then I decided, I was working in like the health niche, and I decided like all the money's in financial. I know financial writers making $200,000-$300,000 a year. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to learn this. I went from making $100,000, $101,000 when I was 25 to $27,000 when I was 26.
Wow.
Yeah, I sucked at financial copywriting. But I was like, I'm not going to fail at this. I'm not going to let this hold me back. So I begged, borrowed, and stole enough money to survive for a couple of years. And I think by the time I was 28, I was making $300,000 a year. By the time I was 32, I was making $1 million a year. Like there's just, the curve is there, but you have to put in the work. Like the opportunity is there, but you have to put in the work. And it was embarrassing to go from the 6-figure, like 25-year-old, big energy type of person to that like, I didn't even make 30,000. I made more my, third year as a copywriter, but it was worth it.
Absolutely.
You fail your way up. Yeah.
Yep, definitely. So I just kind of slipped me there. So the drive, the motivation behind that, when you've got nobody backing you up and your back's against the wall like that, there's nothing that's going to push you harder.
So when I went all in on copywriting, I was too embarrassed to go back and get a real job. I had told everyone, I burnt my bridges behind me. I told everyone, I'm a copywriter, I'm an entrepreneur, I'm going to do this. It was actually my own ego that wouldn't let me go backwards, that wouldn't let me quit. I was like, I would rather starve to death than than go back on what I told everyone I was going to do.
Excellent. So, give people an idea how hard of work that was. Like, we're definitely not talking 40 hours a week here.
No, I worked 12 hours a day, 7 days a week for 3 years. I had no life. Like I didn't have a date for 3 years. I didn't talk to a girl basically that wasn't a relative of mine for 3 years. I was sneaking over to my parents' houses for dinner because I couldn't afford food in the early days.
Yeah, there you go. Success looks like hard work, doesn't it?
It does. And I realize that that's a situation not everybody can go back on, but it's you take whatever you have and you lean into it.
Absolutely. Right on. Excellent. Inspiring story. Once again, thanks for having me on earlier today. I really appreciate the opportunity, and that was fun. Like you said,
yeah, man.
We had a great conversation.
It was really good. Yeah, I'm looking forward to releasing it.
Yeah, excellent.
All right, brother. Take it easy.
Bye-bye. All right. So this was the guy, Vin Tran, cheese newbie. So let's talk about this. Give me a second. Let me pull your comment back up here. Can the necessary character traits be learned in my 30s? I've never been assertive or responsible or a risk-taking person. I see successful people and how lacking I am as a man. So let's start with the backside. You see successful people and how lacking you are as a man. Tell me what that means.
I kind of define the important part of a man is when like the ship is sinking and things are going bad. You can rely on them to, you know, there are people you can trust to really be able to handle the situation. And I've never done that. I've always relied on other people to sort of take the brunt of the risk and the difficulty when things go bad.
Okay. So by relying on other people to take the risk and the brunt of and the responsibility when the ship is sinking, when you've been around and you've watched this and you've seen this happen, I'm sure you've learned a thing or two seeing how they handle it, right? Courage under fire, so to speak, maintaining, like everybody says, well, master your emotions, and they seem to think it means don't have emotions. It's not that. It's the opposite of that. It's actually understanding that you have emotions, and sometimes they're going to move you. Allow yourself that moment or two to let them pass, then think logically and move forward. You've seen this. With what you just told me, you've seen this. You recognize this. So there you go. Just take that and apply it to yourself. This is the opportunity. The next time the ship is sinking, you've seen how this works. You've seen how this is done. The next time the ship is sinking, you be the one who steps up and takes charge.
Okay.
And when you do that, especially do that, what I really want you to do is, especially if the ship starts to sink and there's somebody around that that is good at handling it, I want you to step up anyway and say, I've got this. And then I want you to say to them, look, I want to learn how to do this. I want you to have my back to watch, show me where I'm making mistakes, and teach me as I go. I can pretty much guarantee you that person will be happy to do that. They'll be proud to see you take that step, and they would love to be part of your success. I know I would.
Okay.
To see somebody step up and learn and succeed and grow, I'd be honored to be a part of that. So and those are the character traits of accepting the fact that, hey, I don't have everything figured out. I make mistakes every single day. Every day of my life. I get out of bed first thing in the morning and I know I'm going to screw up today. I'm going to make mistakes. When I do, I own them. I apologize for them. I do what I can to fix them and make them right. And when I can't, I ask for help. Those are the character traits of doing exactly that. You do that and then seize that opportunity. Nobody's going to want to see you fail. They're going to be proud of you for taking advantage of that, for trying to take that step and grow. So that right there, this is exactly what we're talking about tonight, the seizing of the opportunity. So I literally want you to do that. The next time you see the ship sinking, you be the one who steps forward.
Okay.
And those character traits that you talk about, they're there. They're inside of you. It's like Henry said, it's you don't know how strong you are until you're forced to do it. When you step up and put yourself in that position, you're going to dig down deep to that inner strength. And you're going to learn how strong you really are. You're going to realize you're capable of a lot more than you actually think you are. You don't get to be into your 30s, be around and watch people on a sinking ship and not learn something. Seize the opportunity and put it into action, man.
That makes a lot of sense. I'm gonna be more proactive in pursuing that.
Good. Excellent. Because even those people you watch that take charge and take care of things when the ship is sinking, they had to learn that too.
Okay.
And sometimes the best time to learn how to handle a crisis is to take charge during a crisis. You learn right quick.
Right.
And
Thank you, Mr. Bentley.
it will shock you how strong you are. I know you can do it.
Right. Thank you.
You're welcome. And when it happens, call back in and let us know. Oh, you checked out. If you're still watching, I'm serious about that. When you have that opportunity and you seize it, you step in and you take control and you get through it. Even if you don't get through it, if along the way you fall down and skin your knee and somebody has to come in and pick you up and help fix the situation, it's an opportunity to learn. So even if it doesn't go 100% right, look back at it afterwards and analyze it. Okay, what did I do wrong? What would I do different next time? And I mean that. What would you do different next time? Because the next time you have the opportunity, I want you to seize it again. Because even if you make a mistake on that first one, what you learn is probably going to let you succeed on the next one. Through these, I'm serious about this. I want you to call back in and tell us what happens. I don't care if the subject isn't on this. I don't care what it is. The next time this happens and you get a chance to pop in and talk about it, we'll derail the conversation and talk about it, man, because you want to do the work. You want to take that step and level up. I want to see you succeed. Plain and simple. And when you do, I want you on here and cheering and telling everybody. And I'm going to sit here and cheer for you. Because congratulations, success. You took a chance. I like to see that. I like to see anybody taking a chance and going out and winning and succeeding. So that's awesome. I really hope you take that. I think his name was Vin. So anyhow, that's what I've got for callers coming in tonight. That's kind of what I got. I didn't do a whole lot of notes because it was sort of one of those things when I was thinking of a topic that opportunities just fell into place this week. And it's like, I got to talk about this. I'm so fired up. That opportunity that I seized to literally go and swing for the fences with a dream client, that has me fired up. I'm on cloud nine. I got done that. I made 10 cold calls right after that, got hung up on every single one of them and still smiled and laughed the whole way through. And then had another one where they were actually receptive, and I've got a follow-up call booked for next week. So there you go. When you, a friend of mine told me that when you do have a win and you have a success, you're a machine, you're on a high, and people can feel that. So you go out and you keep trying. And that's exactly what I did. A few of them weren't interested, but I got one who it was obvious by the enthusiasm and excitement in my voice that I was happy, and he wanted to have a conversation with somebody who was happy and enthusiastic. And he did. And it resulted in a follow-up call, looking at doing a project going forward. So taking a chance, seizing an opportunity. When it comes along, go grab hold and don't let go. Let it drag you down, skin your knees, beat you up, doesn't matter. Get back up while you're still holding on and go and do it again. And guess what? These scars make you stronger and they make you better and just make you succeed more. So as usual, like YouTube wants me to, hit the like button, subscribe. If you think this is going to do anything for anybody or be good content for somebody you know, especially young guys or whatever, do me a favor and share it. So yeah, smash the like button, drop a comment, share it with somebody. Just trying to think of anything else. If anybody's got any topic ideas or whatever, just always shoot me a message. Hit me up. I'm on all the stuff, the socials and whatnot. Anyhow, we're going to go over and have a conversation with the guys on my after show that we can talk about the things that we can't talk about here. I'll get into a little bit more details that I'm not going to air all of my business in public in case somebody wants to come and try and, steal a client or something. I'm not big enough that anybody's going to come and do that, but you never know. That day's coming. So until then, I just need to make sure that I stay smart about this. So where's that? I'll get rid of that. So anyhow, like I said, at the end of the day, don't wait for an opportunity to come because it's probably not going to come land in your lap. You got to get out there, go do the work, be in motion and watch for them. And when you see them, chase them down. Do not hesitate. When you see an opportunity that is yours, go and get it. Go seize it by the nuts and don't let go. Let it skin your knee, get back up, and do it all over again. Laugh in the process, have fun. Call in and tell me your successes. Hell, call in and tell me your failures. I don't care. We'll talk about it. Let's break it down. Let's see if we can't figure out, if you had a failure, let's see if we can't figure out what you did wrong. Maybe we'll make it right next time. If I can't figure it out, I probably know somebody who can. We can probably get somebody to come on in the future. Do it again. You never know. Anyhow, that's what I've got for tonight. Have yourselves a great night. We'll catch you again next week.